Zenith Bank continues to be a remarkable growth story in Nigeria's banking sector. So how would you assess its position today?
Well, thank you very much. In 22 years, we've grown, and we're delighted that we have grown. There are various parameters that you will normally use to assess this success story or growth of an institution. And if you take a Zenith story, growing its shareholders' funds from just a little over $125,000 in 1990 to over $2.3 billion today, ranking Zenith as not only the biggest in terms of shareholders' funds in Nigeria, but also the biggest in West Africa and the sixth largest in Africa. That is a good success story about the growth of the institution. We've also seen the number of branches in the bank growing from just one shop in 1990 to over 500 today in both branches and business offices. We've grown our corporate banking business tremendously. We have supported our customers using various electronic platforms to offer them services. I think those are brilliant stories that we can talk about today on Zenith.
So the bank's performance and the value of its brand has accelerated since the IPO in 2004. That was something of a milestone.
I must tell you that yes, to us, it's also a great milestone. In 2004, when we went into the market, little did we know that this level of subscription was going to be unprecedented. Indeed, we came up with over 500% subscription, and we thought that was a brilliant endorsement of our brand. And of course, the objective then was to say, let's raise some capital and see how we can grow this brand, not only in Nigeria, but even beyond the Nigerian shores. And that we did successfully. We opened offices in 2004 in the UK. We also opened offices in Ghana, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia. We have rep offices in South Africa as well as in China. And these subsidiaries are doing very well, and I would think they've stabilized well.
How do you manage the bank's standing with regard to regulatory capital, which is something bound to become even more important as time goes on?
We've tried as much as possible to ensure that we maintain a capital adequacy ratio that is far above the prescribed minimum. The Central Bank of Nigeria expects all Nigerian banks to maintain a minimum of 10% capital adequacy ratio. But since the inception of the bank, we have kept our capital adequacy ratios over 2.5 times the prescribed minimum. And that we have done well, and we'll continue to ensure that it is high to be able to withstand shocks when the need arises.
And likewise, Zenith takes a robust approach to liquidity.
Yeah, at Zenith Bank, for us, we take liquidity as even more important than even profitability, because we believe that if you are strong in terms of liquidity, profitability will normally come. And that's why when we had a stress test in 2009, when the Central Bank of Nigeria did an audit on Nigerian banks, it was very easy for Zenith Bank to scale through the audit, because in terms of liquidity, we stood strong. In terms of capital adequacy, we stood strong. And of course, in terms of the NPLs, we came out as one of the best in the banking industry.
These are challenging times globally for banks, as we know. So what's the focus for you at Zenith for the year ahead?
Well, some of the failures that we've seen have to do with failures in terms of risk management. And we have told ourselves that we will take enterprise risk management as a core aspect of our operations. We'll make sure that we identify and we monitor and we control risks in various aspects of our business. And we are also going to ensure that we keep our non-performing loans ratio low to ensure that loans don't go bad. Traditionally, Zenith has the best non-performing loans ratio in the Nigerian banking industry. And we will, on top of that, ensure that we service our customers well, provide them good platform with which to do business, continue as well to grow our franchise, not only in Nigeria, but outside Nigerian shores.
Godwin Emefiele, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.